Good evening, everybody. I'm just going to do a video now of some of my favourite metal detecting finds over the last 4 to 5 years. I'll start off with artifacts. I'll try and describe each item as I go along. So first up is a nice little chunky Roman fibula brooch. It's got part of the pin, and it's just missing the end, which would have come down and led into the catch plate there. It's a nice little find. Always nice to find a brooch. I do like this little early Celtic / Roman toggle fastener. They get nicknamed tadpoles. I guess they look like a tadpole from that sort of view. That loop would have come round and fastened onto the toggle, onto some sort of clothing. Obviously then that looped this part round to keep the clothing together. Now, this is probably the biggest brooch that I've found. This was actually lying on the surface, so luckily the plough didn't smash it to bits. It's still, although it's missing this spring, largely intact. See the catch plate there. I know that's out of focus, but look at the size of my hand to the brooch. It's huge. You can see there where the hole is, where once would have been a bit of a pin at the top. That's where it would have fitted in. You can just make out decorations on the top there, little notches. That's lovely. It's coming off Roman for the moment. This is a medieval purse bar, not complete. It's kind of broke there, and on this attachment here, but that's got some sort of notches on it as well, like mini decoration. That's a medieval purse bar. It would have kind of been the structure of the purse. So obviously that the leather pouch would have been below this. It's a nice find. Got a Saxon strap end, zoomorphic. This is on a plain one. I do have another one which I'll show in a minute. Just about make out detail on this edge here of an animal, whether it be a beast of some sort. You can see the fitting at the bottom here. That would have gone into the leather belt. You can see a couple of grooves there as well. That was a nice find. I do like this little medieval beehive thimble. Very small, fits into my little finger. Whether that was a child's one, I don't know, but that's pretty much intact. It's a nice little find. A bit more modern, still old, I guess. A little cufflink from about 17th century, maybe 17th to 18th century. Now there would have been on that loop at the back a little chain and another one, hence pretty much like the cufflinks that we use today. It's got like a little flower design on there. It's a nice little find. This is unidentified. It is recorded with the pass, but they've put it possible Roman. They are, well, they do have a few more recorded on there, but they just don't seem to know what they are. This little lead face. You can see the eyes and the nose and the mouth and a little chin. Obviously that's got a hole in it, so that would have been worn as a pendant more likely. I was quite surprised when I found that under the soil. That's nice. This is one of my favourite artefacts. This is a Saxon hanging bowl mount. So that would have been attached to a Saxon cooking vessel. You can see the notches in the decoration there. And it would have a number of these attached to the vessel. And obviously with this hook, a little zoomorphic hook, like a little animal of some sort, that would have attached to something that was obviously holding the vessel up. So that's signs of probably a mini settlement maybe. So we're interested to get back on those fields and see if we can find any more. I'm yet to find a Saxon coin that's on my hit list. So that's a nice little find. This is also one of my favourites. It's a Roman hairpin with plenty of decoration on the top section. Someone spent plenty of time designing this, and there's probably, as they've gone along, the bottom end has been flattened. So Romans did have nail cleaners, and I can just basically just clean my nails of it now, 2,000 years on. That's what they would have used it for. So I do like that. That is lovely. Next up is a flint arrowhead. Not metal, obviously, but I did find this whilst digging a hole. It was just lying there next to me. So when you're detecting, do keep your eyes out, because you never know what you're going to come across. It's only small. Whether that was a child's arrow against the spear. I do love that little dinky arrowhead. See all the notches in the side there. So someone's taking the time to nap that. It's lovely. And the other strap end that I mentioned earlier, this is up there as one of my favourite finds. This is a Saxon strap end 9th century. It's got the Tweehiddle design, and if you look at it that way, you can make out an owl. So you got the two eyes, kind of the eyebrows, and the wings crossed over, and kind of the legs at the bottom there. That's pretty much complete, apart from it's just missing a bit of the loop at the bottom. So that would again fitted into a leather strap. So that is one of my favourites. Plain on the back, plenty of design on the front. This is a Roman penannular brooch. This was also on the surface. God knows how it survived. The pin has kind of deteriorated, but still intact. And I guess these are some sort of snakes or serpents at the end, because the Romans did love their animals and such like. So it's quite a big chunky penannular Roman brooch. Two brooches to finish this off. This is a plate brooch, composite plate brooch, and it's a shame it's just missing off the end of the half moon, and that would have been full of enamel at one point. Missing the pin, unfortunately. I found that quite early on in my detecting career. It's still one of my favourites.